Urbana, and welcome to this edition of It's All About You. This month for July, we're talking about Phase 4. So by the time you see this, Phase 4 has already started, but it's going to mean a lot of changes for Urbana. And the first very awesome thing is that our governor wants people who can stay at home and work to continue to do so. But those that cannot, they want us to continue to wear face coverings that cover the nose and the mouth, maintain social distance of 6 feet, and frequently wash hands. I mean, that's pretty much been the buzzwords the whole time. I also want to read you this statement from Julie Pride, the director of Champaign-Urbana Public Health District. She said that moving forward through the phases does not mean that the virus is gone and no longer a threat. We must continue to protect ourselves and our friends and neighbors throughout our community, especially those that are most vulnerable. This is not the time to take a break from practices that have been implemented and practiced for the past 3 months. This is going to need to continue throughout the pandemic so that we do not have a setback, and we don't want to go back. So for the workplace, those general rules apply. For industry and offices, it's kind of the same, except in industry, they want people on shift breaks, like every 5 hours, to get their temperature taken like they did when they came in. For offices, they want to have the capacity of no more than 50% within the confines of the building, and also in-person meetings, no more than 50 people. And also, if whatever number is lower, like let's say a small space, you can't have 50 people there. It needs to be at 50%. So if it's a space that offers room for 10 people, there needs to be just 5 people there. So it would always be the lesser of those two numbers. So I have Senior Advisor for Integrated Strategy Development for the City of Urbana, Andrea Ruedi, here, and she would like to talk to us about meetings and social events in Urbana.
Great, thanks Bridget.
Oh, sure.
Glad to join everybody today. I first wanted to talk about meetings and social events, and that this has now been expanded. It used to be groups of 10, and now the limit is the lesser of 50 people or 50% of the room capacity of the facility. Multiple groups can meet in the same facility as long as they're socially distanced and in separate rooms. Groups also need to stay at their tables during the event. They should not be mingling around, and if the event includes multiple sessions, participants need to remain in one room and the speakers can rotate between rooms. Also, dance floors are closed during Phase 4, and then food service needs to follow the existing restaurant and bar guidelines, which I'll now go over. So many of you have been out and about and visiting some of our restaurants and bars, but now instead of limiting to 6 people, it's now 10 people per party. And if you have a group, let's say of more than that are coming in, groups can be accommodated in the bar, but they still have to be seated in groups of 10 and not mingle between tables. The tables still need to be 6 feet apart as they have been, and then impermeable barriers can be installed between booths if they can't be 6 feet apart. Those are new accommodations that are being made. And in standing areas, it shouldn't exceed 25% of capacity in those standing areas. Buffet and self-food stations, such as hot and cold bars, bulk item and baked goods, are to also adhere to the minimum guidelines. And self-service beverage fountains are now permissible with some additional precautions that the restaurateurs have been made aware of. In the retail and service counter, continuing the capacity of no more than 50%, and mall food courts may reopen in line also with the indoor and outdoor seating policies. So that's it for the meetings and restaurants, and now Bridget's going to cover indoor and outdoor museums, theaters, recreational sports, etc.
Right, so the buzzword here again is 50% or less than 50 people. And actually in Urbana, the Urbana Park District has decided to not reopen anything until July 31st, and then they're gonna make a decision because they just want to be extra careful. And that's the thing, we just want, we want to get to the end of this pandemic and return to normal, but we do not want to have a second wave of people getting sick. So look for us to maybe report on that later, and we'll let you know where we're at with that. Now, as far as health and fitness goes, I know that Planet Fitness is planning on opening. Members should wear face covering over their nose and mouth when not exercising, but while you're like on a machine, you can take it off. Capacity of no more than 50% of the room. So like if it's set for 250 people occupancy, it should be at 125. Or also group classes can have no more than 50 people with at least 6 feet social distancing between individuals permitted, or 3 feet apart if there's a impermeable barrier, okay? So, and then you wouldn't need a mask either. Also, equipment should be sanitized before and after each individual, and locker rooms and showers would be sanitized at least every hour. Now, saunas, hot tubs, steam rooms will be closed, though they will, if there is child care within a facility, it is allowed, but there are strict guidelines for that. So throughout this all, we are opening up. It's pretty exciting, but we still want to be careful. We want to continue not to touch your face, wear your mask, wash your hands, stay 6 feet away from people. If you're out on a jog, try to stay away from people. If you don't have your mask on, fine, but stay 6 feet away from people. So we want to be safe, we want to be careful, but we want to get back to life, of course.
And stay home if you're sick.
Yeah, please stay home if you're sick, you know? So thank you for watching. Look forward to more notices as we open up more, and let's stay healthy, Urbana. And thank you for watching It's All About You.